What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I am here with
your girl So Fab. Hey, y'all. It's Tuesday.
my biological sibling, just as a reminder.
Yes.
Two dope siblings.
Yes. So when you make those threatening statuses, I am the one that he's talking about.
Threatening statuses?
You're like, oh, if somebody wants to talk to my sister, you gotta come through me first.
I ain't say come through me, but at least tell me. And don't have kids 2 days before you get in her inbox. Ooh, Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
So it's a terrific Tuesday. I hope everybody has had a great day.
Absolutely.
And we are going to hopefully bring your second half of the day in pretty well. We got some good information, some good foolishness.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of foolishness. What? Foolishness.
We got plenty of foolishness. Try that again. Take two.
Plenty of foolishness.
Right.
What? Of course, we have your entertainment news this evening. A little bit of Blockbusters, which is something that we haven't done just yet, but there is a show that we are going to talk about. Well, I'm going to talk about that I watched over the weekend. So we can talk about that a little bit. And then we have something for just scrolling. And of course, our messy letter. How can I forget that? So the messy letter, the title for that is, Should I Break Up with My Married Boyfriend?
It's already yes. It's an already yes. One thing I want to do for those who may be reading now or watching now, and then those who watch later, I do want to thank you guys for the support, because we are 11 episodes in this year already, and that's pretty dope.
It is.
And so the consistency, we appreciate the consistency that you guys give us, because it helps to do this, because we ain't got no sponsors yet. So we pay for everything. Everything. And the moment we get some sponsors, we'll be happy and we can do some more. So if you know anybody who is an entrepreneur and is interested in advertising, we can do advertising. We can put logos everywhere. See up in the right-hand corner where it says TDS, we can actually put brought to you by and then have a little logo for you. Or we can actually run, the different tallies at the bottom of the screen. So anything there's so many different opportunities to advertise with us, and the beauty is our audience reaches everywhere. So we have people watching from Pittsburgh, from New Orleans to California, Virginia, every single day. So it takes your market that
Georgia
may be
well.
Georgia. So it may be a market that you may think is local, and we can expand that and run those ads for you as well. So once again, thank you for those who have tuned in and continue to tune in, and we will continue to produce great content.
Absolutely.
With that being said, we have our birthdays. And for people who do not know, I shout birthdays out every single day. If you have a birthday.
Yes, birth.
If you have a birthday, or you know somebody who has a birthday this week, let me know. DM me. If I don't have it, I will shoot out a friend, family member, or whatever. And over the weekend, we had a few birthdays. So I will read them off, and then we will go into our happy birthday song. Number one, I have the homie Tacoby Cofield, one of the coaches that coached with me with my very first football camp here in North Carolina. Great dude, great dad. We have Noah West, 43 years old. We have Mike Breston. Mike, you remember Mike?
Yes.
Mike B.
Yes, I do.
Mike B, great guy, 44 years old. One of my players, Mike Anthony. He was born on the 21st, so he was over the weekend. We got Eric McKnight, also born on the 21st, 34 years old. Then we have Jeff's dad, Jeff Clark Sr.
Yes.
Celebrating his 60th today. So happy 60th birthday, Mr. Clark.
I know.
And then we have my man, Jason Johnson, who's celebrating his 46th birthday today. Do you have any birthdays?
I do. We want to give a special shout out. This birthday was over the weekend to one of our cousins, Sonia. It is her birthday as well. And I don't get the ages like you do, but I'm also sure that she doesn't want her age out there.
If you don't get it, it's because nobody they didn't put it out there on the side. You know who else's birthday is today and she's 60 years old?
Ooh.
It's a celebrity.
Ooh.
Mariska Hardy, the lady.
Oh, Benson, or is it Stabler? Which one is she?
She's Stabler.
Stabler.
Law and Order.
Law and Order, yeah.
She's 60 years old. I didn't think she was that old.
And she keeps a Dick Wolf check, and I'm here for
She
it.
keeps a what?
A Dick Wolf check. He's the one that created Law and Order.
Oh, I'm
and all the other shows.
My mind was so. I'm like, well, he keeps a what? Check?
No, he is the creator of Law and Order and a slew. He's essentially running NBC as we speak.
Ah, okay. I think that's all of the major birthdays today because everybody else is what's the rapper XXTion or something? Triple XTion.
Didn't he pass away?
It's his birthday today though.
Oh, okay. Yes. Tenacion.
Yeah, whatever that is. And I think that's all of like the real celebrities. Oh, Drea Michelle, she's 39.
Oh, okay. All right.
Tiffany Thiessen is 50.
Who?
I think she's the girl from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, okay.
And that's about all. That's the rest of these people I don't think are, I'm not gonna say they're not worth mentioning because it's their birthday, but I don't think anybody's gonna really know.
It doesn't compare to like a Michelle Obama, when it was her birthday. Yeah,
or Stabler. We've been watching her for years.
Yeah.
Law and Order left and came back.
Like, get your check, girl.
I ain't mad at that. So with that being said, let's go into our happy birthday song.
Hey now.
Go ahead.
Y'all ready?
Y'all ready?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Well, you're looking good. You're looking fine. And I hope you have a good time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. All right. So, I want to thank everybody again, and happy birthday to all happy birthday to everybody whose birthday it is today. Mm-hmm. If you know anybody and you want to give them a shout out, put it in the comment section, or you can DM us, and we will make sure that they are acknowledged for their birthday. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Let's go into entertainment news.
You ready for entertainment news?
Yeah.
So the Breakfast Club has been causing quite a stir, especially this morning when DJ Envy and Charlamagne decided to have a little, back and forth. They wanted to pay homage to SZA. And essentially, it was a whole conversation with Charlamagne kind of posing the question to Envy, like, do they feel that SZA is this generation's Mary J. Blige?
No.
And before I go into the detail and what happened next, let's go ahead and take a quick listen.
Do we appreciate SZA as an artist the way we should?
Yes.
Do we really?
Absolutely.
I mean, she gets all the radio play and stuff like that.
She does.
I feel she could get more awards, which I'm sure she will. You know, Grammys the next month, so she'll get those accolades. But do we really appreciate the once in a generational talent she is?
No. We appreciate her music, right? Like you said, her song plays all the time, but her and what she does and how she performs and the songs that she writes.
And how she does it.
No,
we
don't.
She still has an air of mystery about her. She don't do a lot of press. She don't do a lot of interviews. She just gives you the music. She don't flood you with music.
Correct.
You get an album, then you get another album 5 years later. Like she just does things the right way.
The amount of music she sells, the music that she writes, the facts that it's all over the radio, is streamed. Do we respect and support her as we should, as the star that she is? I don't think people do.
That's why I asked the question.
No.
I don't.
Music, yes, but as the star that she is, no.
Yeah, she's not put on the proper pedestal. I think she should be. She should be the bar for a lot of people.
Right.
For a lot of artists.
For new artists, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate comparing artists, but she is that next.
Or she's not next, she's now.
When I mean next, it's like...
She's the now.
When I look at SZA, I look at... And I don't want to compare.
No, I get what you're saying. That's what I mean. The way we had our Mary J. Blige.
Right, that's what I was going to compare. She is this generation's
We had
Mary.
our Beyonce.
Correct.
We still got our Beyonce.
Yeah.
Right? We've had our Rihanna. We still got our Rihanna.
But
she's one of those.
Generation. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying she's on that top tier is what I'm saying.
I agree.
She's one of those.
I agree.
Okay, so after that back and forth between the two, how do you feel?
I disagree.
Oh, okay. Now, why do you disagree?
Because her music gets played because she's more pop than she is anything else.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mary J. Blige is the queen of hip hop and R&B.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's proper to compare the two.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I think we always think in the mindset that there can only be one.
Right.
And to compare her to Mary J. Blige discredits the things that she has done.
Right.
For this reason, I don't think Mary J. Blige has written a song for Beyonce or Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
She has.
Mm-hmm.
So things like that come into play when you're talking about comparisons,
Mm-hmm.
because that alone separates her and puts her in her own category.
Right.
So to say, is she this version of Mary J. Blige? No.
Mm-hmm.
Is there somebody that's more can be better in comparison to Mary J. Blige? Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I would say that's Tiana Taylor.
Okay, I can see that.
And that's still not as good as Mary J. Blige, but when you take the song "You're All I Need" and then you compare "You're All I Need" with Method Man to the song that she had with Ghostface,
Mm-hmm.
"Are You Gonna Love Me?"
Mm-hmm.
Those are very compatible jams. You can put those two together. Outside of that, the body of work that Mary J. Blige has done as an artist,
yeah,
I don't think SZA can compare to that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you did Black Panther. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody knows those words to that Black Panther song, I dare you to come on here and sing it.
This may be the night that my dreams might let me know all the stars are closed. All the stars
We got
are
that.
closer.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
That's the hook.
Yeah.
I want to know the actual song.
Yeah. I would have to go back and listen to it.
Right. So, yeah. Nobody knows. You gotta read that. But then on the flip side, then with Mary J. Blige, Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. It's one of the greatest soundtracks ever.
Mm-hmm.
And Mary's song "Not Gonna Cry" is classic. That was the old Get Beat Mary J. Blige.
And I mean, people even love the "Be Without You" song. Like, that is a song that people constantly go back to and play over and over and over and over and over again. What I would like for people to stop doing is making comparison and just allowing people to be who they are. Like, if you're going to give SZA her flowers, then just give her flowers and let that be that, instead of saying, oh, she's this generation's this person, she's this generation's that person. Like, no, SZA is SZA. I mean, to be completely honest, I don't know who I would compare her to if I had to. I would really have to sit down and think about it, but just let SZA be SZA. Like, if Beyonce can stand in a category of her own, why can't other artists?
Well, people attack the throne all the time. It's just that Beehive people don't allow it.
Mm-hmm.
People come at Beyonce as far as comparisons and who sings better, and it's just the Beehive does not allow that to happen.
Not to say she's the greatest singer, but when I think about like entertainment and the things that she's done marketing wise, like, yes, she's definitely in a lane of her own, and let's allow it to be that. Like, let's allow artists to be, who they are for what they are. But this whole comparison of like, oh, I got to give you your flowers because you're the next. Now, if I was Mary J. Blige, I'd be like, keep me out of this. Let's go ahead and celebrate that young queen. I appreciate her for
How
all
old
that
is
she's
SZA?
doing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's latter 20s, maybe early 30s.
Yeah, I was about to say, how old is she? How old is SZA? Because that's another thing that plays into the part.
34.
Because Mary J. had done a lot. The body of work that Mary J. Blige has is phenomenal. It's huge. Her catalog is huge. And so then there also question is she this generation's SZA? Is SZA this generation's Mary J. Blige? I don't know if I can go with that, because do other generations know SZA like Mary J. Blige transcends over multiple generations? Like, Mary J. Blige transcends over multiple generations of listeners. I don't know how many people were checking for SZA after a certain age bracket. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so then is she that compelling? I would say, Is she selling out arenas yet?
Oh yeah.
Is she?
Yes.
By herself?
Yes. Absolutely.
She like Rihanna style?
Yes. Like SZA is that girl. Like,
What is it? More pop culture?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like, you have your R&B girlies who love her, and then you have the pop because she has crossed over. The pop girlies who like her as well. So I mean, guys love her. Guys love her body of music, and are singing it as well. So
We do?
yes.
I only like
Yes.
broken clocks.
Well, I mean, it's you. You have to think of outside of your box.
I mean, but when you say guys, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have some questions if somebody be like, yo, turn that SZA on, bro.
If I can be 100% honest, I did not listen to SZA at all. Didn't know who she was. It was a guy that I worked with back in I think it was 2016, who introduced me to SZA. He was like, you need to listen to her because she's super dope. So, I mean, yeah. And he was married, so.
Yeah, that's things. Well, okay. Here's why I pulled for her. Because she told a story of Jay-Z telling her that she was not going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
So because she told that story and because Jay-Z told her she wasn't going to make it, she gets two
Hasn't he
thumbs up.
since apologized?
Don't care.
Okay.
You said it. You know what I'm saying? You said it.
Okay.
You didn't believe she had the talent.
Mhm.
She proved you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Now kick rocks.
Yeah, and now, like I said, arenas and everything. SZA is that chick, and she's headlining. Like, people enjoy her. So yes.
Kudos.
Do I think
But
she
you're not
deserves her
married.
flowers? Do I think she deserves her flowers? Absolutely. But let's stop the comparison when it comes to artists. Let's just let people be them.
Jazz, I still don't know her either, so I don't know what we're talking about.
But to add, more flame to the fire, or, more gas to the fire, whatever you want to call it, just hilarious. She came out of whatever, rock she was under for a little bit. And I don't know if she was saying this jokingly, or if it was one of those things where she really is upset, in light of the whole contract ordeal and her being, the potential third member of the Breakfast Club and us not knowing what's happening there. But this is what she had to say after Envy and Charlamagne kind of went back and forth and this hit social media. But she said, these niggas are trash. Envy needs to shut up. I know artists be pissed when old heads do this because not everybody negative comparing SZA to Mary J. Blige, and it ain't even her fault. She has her own identity. So some people took that as though like she's taking jabs at them because she still hasn't been confirmed to be the host. And then some people just said that she just might be joking because that's her personality, or that's her style of roasting.
She said Envy's trash.
She said Envy needs to shut up, but she said these niggas is trash. These niggas trash.
Oh, well, you're outside with the trash, so be over there. Ain't you trying to get on their show? Didn't you attempt it?
And made the announcement.
See how people get, now you ain't on their show now. These niggas are trash. You know what? You was just trying to be on their show and you was just guest hosting the show. So shut up. How long the Breakfast Club been going on?
Oh, for years.
Exactly.
Years.
Shut up. Like, they're one of the staples of this whole, what we call podcasting / radio /
They're a part of the culture.
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like, you can't, come on now, chill. Just like Country Wayne said, you need to get some new business about you. Because all her business is talking about other people.
Yeah, like
You need to get some business. You need to get some business about you. If this is all you got, you need to get some business about you. I'm start telling people that. If all you can tell me is this, then you need to get some business about
Is
you.
that what I need to do since I report entertainment news?
No, we're reporting news. We're not specific. We're reporting current news, which actually takes us to our next thing, which I want to talk about. We're reporting current news, and then we're talking about it. Then we move on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we double back, then now, hey, man, y'all need to get some business about you.
There we go.
It's current news.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So what was it taking you to?
The next clip.
Okay, gotcha. So, so speaking of current news, over the weekend, if you guys are a fan of SNL, they decided to do a parody of Club Shay Shay and Katt Williams. And for those of you who haven't seen the clip or haven't seen the back and forth between the two, we have a clip of what SNL decided to do.
Station that broke the internet. Katt Williams.
It's the truth, Shannon.
Shannon Sharp.
Now come on now.
The Club Shay Shay interview. Katt Williams keeping it completely real.
3 things are true about me. I am 5'3", I have never told a lie, and I am 6'3". Look, Hollywood created Kevin Hart. Everybody knows that Kevin was made in the same factory where they make Teddy Graham.
That can't be true.
Then why the hell he smelled like cinnamon?
The original running time, nearly 3 hours, but now there's more. 8 hours more. Get ready for Club Shay Shay the Extended Cut. See Katt Williams take on everyone in Hollywood and beyond.
Look, I don't mess with Barack Obama. I don't trust nobody whose name is all vowels.
What?
Why my mouth gotta be open so long,
Now, come on, Katt, he's a hero.
What'd he do, Shannon? You know his slogan, yes we can? I came up with that. Before me, he was saying probably, I think we might.
Oh, come on, you know that's blasphemous.
So with that being said, I felt like that was coming. It was coming. And it was absolutely hilarious. But one other person had something to say with this whole, Katt Williams interview saga that just continues to keep going and doesn't seem to go anywhere. Dave Chappelle.
Wait, before we go to Dave Chappelle,
Okay.
that's what this was about.
Okay.
SNL has to move faster.
Okay. Understandable.
For example, I was thinking about this too. Like, we have to figure out what we're going to do for Monday, because time moves so fast in media now, social media now. That's not as funny as it should be because it's too late. And so at a time, SNL was perfect because everybody's working for the weekend, right? But now it's like,
meh.
I can get to that. It was viral in minutes. You get what I'm saying? And so SNL has a very distinct audience. Like, their audience, I don't even know if they grab new people. I think they just, the people that like them like
The
them.
old faithfuls.
Yeah. But when I seen it, I was like, I think it would have been funnier if it would have happened faster. And so now it's just like, swipe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, they do a good job with, the parodies. Tremendous job with the parodies. It's just social media moves so fast that it's like, there's people who have already had parodies. There's people who've already made their jokes, and then it just rolls. So then you get to this point and it's like beating a dead horse.
We're moving on to the next thing.
Which is what you need to get some new business about you.
There we go.
See what I'm saying? Like, you're beating a dead horse.
And to your point, it might be for the audiences who don't keep up with social media.
Correct.
So it's that safety net of, we don't have to be as fast because our audience isn't paying attention to social media. Like
Nah. So then when you put it out, it's like, internet be rolling, baby. Ain't nobody got time. And the dude who did Club Shay, or did Shay Shay, he sounded just like him. What you mean there, Katt? Boy. I love
Just
Shay, but
animated.
it's just like, ease up, man. Ocho. You know, I told him, Ocho, because the new thing now is him talking about his tactics for how long it takes him his Viagra to kick in.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So
We don't need to hear that.
here's what I tell him, Ocho.
We don't need to hear that.
Here's what I tell him, Ocho. So first we have some good conversation because we gotta wait for that thing to kick in. But when it do, boy, I tell you, Ocho.
It's like you came in on a conversation of your uncle and your dad talking about this. I don't need to hear that.
Ocho. I'm trying to tell you, when that thing kick in, when that diamond kick in, woo.
Is it enjoyable for you?
Here's what's enjoyable. You can't stop it. It's me and my homeboy on our phones, in our little studio, and we having a good time, and people are enjoying that. Like, what's enjoyable for me is you cannot stop that. You can't try. There's nothing y'all can do to stop it. I am enjoying more people being in this lane of original content. I am not enjoying people being that way and trying to report as if you have years of media experience. There is an art to this, which I'm learning from you. You can't just get on this microphone and be like, and showtime, because then you'll be habada when the lights cut on, right? So I do feel as though there is a touch of journalism that people should still go and get that education, learn how to write, learn how to script, so that you know how to ask your questions, and so your questions can flow. But for what they're doing with the nightcap, I think is just
Just them having
you and your
fun.
homie just talking.
Mm-hmm.
And people are appreciating that. I'm just cutting because he is so animated on how he talks
Mm-hmm.
and about what he's talking about. Like, we need to know that.
We don't.
But it's hilarious. I don't want him to play himself out, though, by being oversaturated. But maybe he's just trying to get his money now while he's hot, and then I'm out of there.
Yeah, very well could be.
Because he got his NFL money,
Mm-hmm.
and then now, go ahead on and get this media money,
Mm-hmm.
and then ride off into the sunset.
And do you?
Because let me tell you, Kim, because old Shay. Let me tell you about old Shay. I'd be like, because my grandmother said, Ocho, if you got 2 courses, then you don't need a third. What?
If the opportunity ever arises where Shannon Sharp would like to sit down with the
I'm trying to
Sibs,
tell you, we're not as far away from Shannon as you think. I know somebody that's played with him to where I can get in contact with him. Because let me tell you, y'all doing good things. Y'all going to the moon.
With arms wide open, Shannon Sharp
Come on over here, Kim. That's so fair. Kim, give Shay a hug.
and would. But while we're on the topic, and this still Katt Williams thing just keeps living on.
It won't die.
It won't die, but it's also because people keep asking certain comedians questions, like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle was one of the comedians who decided to be quiet about it and didn't really say too much. But when prompted, he had this to say. He said, "What part of the game is this? He only ethered niggas. He didn't say anything about any of these white boys. None of these white boys function like that. Katt is one of the best painters in the game, so why are you drawing ugly pictures of us? Stop." How do you feel about that?
I feel he's spot on. The thing about Katt is you were trying to sell out that that tour of yours,
Mhm.
and you did it at the expense of what? Because here's the other part. Do we care enough to stop anything that we were doing previously? Are you going to not watch Steve Harvey on Family Feud? Are you going to not watch Cedric the Entertainment? So that people like his little corny show that's on NBC.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? So are you going to stop?
they do.
Are you going to not continue to listen to Ludacris because of this? Like, you're not. It was entertaining because somebody who said what we all knew and thought confirmed
What we all knew.
Mhm. And now we moved on.
Mm-hmm.
Life moves too fast to
Mhm.
dwell. Now, what's going to be next? Now, I get what Dave is saying, and I agree. They don't do that to each other. Here you go with the nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
But I also believe if he felt like he was wronged, speak your piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody, not one person, called him a liar.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
But it's not going to stop anybody's money. So it's not going to stop Kevin Hart's money. It's not going to stop Steve and them's money. It's not going to stop anybody's money who he's talked about. That money going to keep flowing.
Absolutely.
He just want to make sure he secures the bag by making sure people buy his tickets.
Mhm.
So controversy sells. So let me go out here and talk crazy. And guess what? I know one thing. The Steve Harvey show came on this morning. Ricky Smiley's show came on this morning. And ain't one person said, y'all fired.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody give a damn about that.
No.
You just look angry and little. Leprechaunish.
Now stop.
He does. Like, you know what I'm saying? You look like an angry leprechaun. You entertained us,
Mm-hmm.
and we laughed kind of at you because look at what SNL did. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of laughed at you, and then you kind of gave us some things that caused us to go, you know what I mean? Okay, cool. But it's not going to stop us from liking what we like. And there's a ton of people that like Family Feud, or Steve wouldn't be on it. There's a ton of people who love his morning show, or he wouldn't still have it.
Right.
There's a ton of people that still find Ricky Smiley funny. He does have an audience. It's not going to stop. That one monkey won't stop the show.
And Cedric is still booked and busy.
And so you hate all you want to, but them brothers are getting paid, man. That would be like if we getting paid, somebody like, oh, I remember when I chew in my $20 bill.
Negro.
Like,
So Moving on to the Oscars. It's award season. So, we've had the Golden Globes, we've had the Emmys, and now we are at the big boys, the Oscars, the Academy Awards. And a lot of what I have read or what I have seen, I'm not surprised at all. Oppenheimer is the top and leading Oscar contender.
Didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
Chuck did.
I heard it was good, but it's not my type of film.
Nah.
Not to negate the fact that it might be a good film, but it's not my type of film.
Not mine
But
either.
they have 13 nominations.
Mhm.
Now, the fantasy film, which this one I might have to watch because I keep hearing things about it, but it's called Poor Things. It's the one starring Emma Stone. They have 11. And then the film that we have been trying to watch but haven't gotten around to it, Killers of the Flower Moon, that is Martin Scorsese. His drama got 10 nominations. Now, for those of you who decided to go out and get your pink on and go see the Barbie movie with your besties or your family, whomever, that movie got 8 nominations. And one of the good things that I'm happy, so happy to report is that Danielle Brooks, the woman who played Sophia and that was Tasty in Orange is the New Black and a slew of other work. She is the only person from the cast of The Color Purple and from the movie that got nominated. So kudos to her. Super happy to hear that. And Coleman Domingo, who played Mr., he did not get nominated for The Color Purple, but he did get nominated for Rustin, the movie you told me about on
Rustin
Netflix.
was very good.
Yes, he got nominated for that. So kudos to him as well.
I wonder why he got nominated for that.
American Fiction also got nominated for.
Did you see him on Jennifer Hudson?
Who? Which one?
The main
Jeffrey?
actor. Yeah, the main actor of American Fiction.
No, I did not.
It was a touching moment. It actually touched me because it was his mom. Excuse me. She was like, "You know this person?" And it put up a picture of his mom and him.
Aww.
And he was like, a large part of him doing the movie or trying to make sure he did the American Fiction so well is because his mom had passed recently before the film, and he wanted to, make sure people understood he feels like that character that he was playing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he did a phenomenal job with it because he got his nomination. So super happy, and I'm going to be pulling for him. Sterling K. Brown, he also got nominated for his role, best supporting actor. Oh my gosh, nigga. This Is Us, Black Panther. He was the guy in the beginning that bowed down when the father came into the apartment in New York, and he hit the guy. I was like,
oh
yes,
yeah.
Sterling K. Brown. He got nominated as well. And then I believe the director of American Fiction also got nominated. So they racked up a few. Kudos to them. So happy to hear that.
Sterling K. Brown. I remember him now.
Oh,
yeah.
But speaking of Jennifer Hudson, congratulations to her because she has been renewed for a 3rd season. But one of the other things was
people been hating on old Jen.
Really?
Yeah, talking about her show is cheese.
Is it?
I don't know.
I haven't watched it yet. But I mean, the thing is, if you got Kelly Clarkson up here screaming and yelling at us every single day, singing covers of everybody's songs, why can't we have Jennifer Hudson do the same? So she has been renewed for a 3rd season for her show, but she also recently sat down with Common and, put some things to rest because the two of them have been spotted, out and about at games and things like that. So while Common is on his press junket for his new book, he sat down with Jennifer Hudson.
Common has a book.
Yes.
All right, what do we got here?
And he had this to say. They both.
We got to get down to business, Mr. Common. I'm a host, and so I have to ask you this question because everybody always want to know this. Are you dating anyone?
So, yes, and I'm in a relationship that is with one of the most beautiful people I ever met in life. And she's smart, she loves God, she has something real down to earth about her. She's talented, but I set my standard kind of high because she had to have an EGOT. She had to win an Oscar on her first movie. I set my standard high. She had to get her own talk show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So they've confirmed it. The two are together and in a relationship. So kudos to them. But I think maybe what people are talking about when it comes to Jennifer is how she talks, because she still gives us Effie a bit. Curtis. What do you have to say?
Why are we excited about who Common dates? He dates everybody.
To be fair, they might have had the applause thing light up and then everybody just went ahead and
Word. Had to. I'm like, man, we wasted time on the show for this.
Or maybe they're excited for Jennifer Hudson. Like, yay, love, black love. Let's be excited.
Or red flag. Jay Hudson run for the hills. Like, because the first part of what he was talking about till he got to the Oscars was like, well, you had that. Oh, she's a spiritual person. Is anybody more spiritual than Erykah Badu? Anybody? I don't think there's anybody more spiritual than moon, quasars, and stars than Erykah Badu. So I'm like, Erykah Badu? Oh, no. Like, literally everything he listed, we could probably find someone he's dated who has those categories or who has those characteristics besides an Oscar.
Maybe they just didn't get along that well. Maybe people grow, things happen. You never know.
Harvey.
You know,
he's the male Lori Harvey. He was Lori before he started.
There's nothing wrong. You date, you're not committed to anybody or anything. So if you want to go out here and jump from person to person, you are allowed to do so. The difference between
him and Lori is common. That beard is Beijinged. Getting up there, Captain. Cut the crap.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. For a moment, I was worried about Common. I was like, maybe women just aren't his thing. So I'm like, okay. But regardless, I'm happy for the pair, and I hope that there is longevity there.
Are you happy for the pair, or is it just the fact that you are neutral because of the news? Are you really happy for Common?
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's like, oh, well, I'm more so happy for Jennifer Hudson. Like, if this is something that she wants and the relationship works well, the two of them seem to be getting along very well from what I've seen. Hey, go for it.
I agree. He is all over the place. And he definitely doesn't have a type. He just likes women. But I do need him to have several seats. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like, come on, Common.
If they like it, I love it.
Okay, so Hollywood style. Who is the last person that she was with?
Ooh, I believe the father of her child.
Which is
he was the one that was on I Love New York. He was on the WW. What is his name? His name on I Love New York was Punk, but I can't think of his actual name.
He was one of the three guys that have the bootios.
No, not one of those. I don't know where they came from. But I believe that was her last partner. Because she's been pretty private about her life.
Were they married?
I don't think so. No.
You sure?
I don't think they were.
Okay. Well, I don't know who it is, but David Untanga?
Yes, that is name. David.
Oh, yeah, that's Dave. It's a Common? Well, what we got next?
We are going to transition into our messy letter.
Are we? We got more stories. We didn't get the dude.
Those are later.
We didn't get the dude.
We also have Just Scrolling and Blockbuster. But we are definitely going to she did. She
dated who?
There was rumored that her and Marlon were
Wayans?
Yeah, kind of had something. Yes, from the movie Respect. But I think, my honest opinion, I think it was more of just, a whole kind of like, oh, it's a fascination sort of thing. Like, I think it was more intrigue than it was like.
Because we worked together?
Yeah. I didn't see the two of them really making anything.
Hey, look, I'm not, whatever makes you happy is just Common on your side. We've seen this story before. So do right by Jay Hudson, please.
Because she's been through a lot.
We've seen this story with you. You are the worst.
Well, damn.
You are the worst. When it comes to relationships, I really enjoy Common's music. I am a fan. But relationship-wise, You know, first one we're like, yay. Second one we're yay. Third one, fourth one, whoa. Maybe it's you, bro.
Because he did date Serena as well.
That's what I'm saying. What is gonna make you happy? Serena Williams, Erykah Badu,
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany. So what's next?
So we have our messy letter. Should I leave my married boyfriend? Coming up in just a bit. Please don't go anywhere because this letter is all over the place. It is exhausting. So definitely want to make sure that you guys get your input on it. Feel free to leave comments in, leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know, get your thoughts and what this woman should do. So we're going to be reading that in a couple minutes. So keep it locked right here.
We'll be back quicker than this relationship from Jennifer Hudson and Common. CDS Radio, our voice, our culture. It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, here with
Your girl so fab.
my biological sister. All right.
All right. So let's get into the letter. Need a little advice. I've been dating a man that's been separated for almost 2 years. We have dated for 5 months and have been together every day since we first met. I'm 10 years younger than him. He has custody of his kids and has a good job, and overall is a wonderful man to myself and my kids. The problem every time the divorce issue comes up is he is stressed out. He spends all his time preparing for what I call war with his ex-wife. For the last proceeding, I was so upset with his behavior. I asked him to take his time and told him I couldn't handle all the talk about his divorce. I'm getting frustrated that all he is concentrated on is this fight against his ex-wife over money and the kids. She's not a good woman. She has trouble with the law and other ongoing problems. When I met this man, I believed God had sent me the one. He has all the qualities I look for in a man, but as time goes on, I feel I'm not working on a new relationship. What I'm doing is supporting him through his emotional baggage, and he constantly tells me I don't understand him. The latest issue is that we need to slow down because the ex is watching his moves because of the kids. She has no idea I'm his girlfriend. She knows my name and that I'm the nanny. So now she is questioning who is taking care of his kids after she abandoned them. He has a teenage daughter as well as his other kids. My question is, do I let this man go or do I give it more time? Maybe the divorce will be final and we can go on about our lives. I'm desperate for answers again. He is a wonderful man and needs help with the kids, but I'm overwhelmed with his baggage. He says he wants to be with me, but now we may have to wait for the divorce to be final. Should I stay or should I go?
What? He's calling you the nanny.
Yeah.
And you're asking, should I stay or should I go?
Yeah. And he's still married.
But she was talking about marriage, right?
Well, no, she is talking about his marriage.
Right.
They're not married. They're just dating. They've only been dating for a couple months. He is still married. He's just separated for the past 2 years, allegedly.
A couple months?
Mm-hmm.
You're the nanny.
Mm-hmm.
Should I be dealing with this?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. They've only been dating for 5 months and have been together.
5 months?
Yes, and have been together every day since they first met.
And her question is what?
She had several questions. My question is,
all right,
do I let this man go or
yes.
do I give it more time? Maybe
no.
Divorce will be final and we can go on about our lives. I'm desperate.
Never.
I'm desperate for answers. Again, he is a wonderful man and needs help with the kids, but I'm overwhelmed with his baggage. He says he wants to be with me, but now we may have to wait for the divorce to be final. Should I stay or should I go?
We may have to wait. Of course you
Yes.
do by law. So that's one.
Mm-hmm.
Strike two. He has children. So it's never officially over because the kids are always going to play a part,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's yeah. And should you wait? No. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
He calls you the nanny.
The nanny, my love.
So if
Mm-hmm.
who are you gonna bring around and be like, you know what? Here's my nanny. Well, wait, you married the nanny?
Yeah. And she's like, oh, we're bonding with the kids. Well, if you're the nanny, of course you're bonding with the kids.
As nanny. Why are you demeaning yourself in such a way? How is this guy that great that you're going to demean yourself to allow yourself to just be labeled as nanny
Yes.
to his children?
Yes. 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 She and the
That's
wife,
terrible.
the current wife has no idea that she is a girlfriend. And she claims that the current wife has all sorts of things going on, but we also don't know what he's
don't tell
telling
me
her.
that. Don't tell me about the current wife. Here's what we know about you.
Mm-hmm.
You only been with this man for 5 months.
5. Mm-hmm.
And he has called you the nanny around his children.
Yes.
And he still has engagement with his wife.
Yes.
And he has not done anything to show you that he is committed to you in this relationship. and you're asking, should you wait? You've even mentioned the fact that you feel that his problems take precedence in the beginning, correct?
Yes.
Where did she say? Didn't she say that? Read that again, please.
Well, okay, hold on. Let me go back. Because she was more so talking about his behavior, because she said he feels like he's going to war when it comes to having to deal with the current wife.
No, well, I understand that. I get it. I'm gonna be like, oh, see here, here's them. You can't tell me, you can't tell old block nothing about no divorce. See, if I know something about divorce, I know something about ex-women, I know something about baby mama, I can tell you what you need to know. She crazy.
Would you like me to read it?
Uh-huh.
She said, the problem, every time the divorce issue comes up, he is so stressed out. He spends all his time preparing for what I call war with his ex-wife. For the last proceeding, I was so upset with his behavior, I asked him to take his time and told him I couldn't handle all the talk about his divorce. I'm getting frustrated with all he is concentrated on this fight against his ex over money and the kids.
There's an S with that. Kids.
Yes.
Okay. I've said it before. In divorce, you can talk about alimony, which this woman can get, and 40% of your income, which she can get. Of course, it's war. This is my future. This is my financial future. So I need you to be the nanny real quick and don't be rocking the boat. Accept this from me. And you have, like a dummy. So keep playing nanny and see how it plays out. Because you've told yourself all the answers in the letter.
Yeah.
You've answered them yourself.
Exactly. Yes. 110%.
But you want somebody to come in here and co-sign the crazy. So I will. Be nanny, support them for something that may or may not happen. All right. And then when all his money's gone, stay by his side, because she's going to get it. Because guess what? He cheated with you.
Yes.
For 5 months.
Yes.
So you're losing. You're going to cause him to lose. That's why it's war, because he's going to be like, man, you going to fuck my shit up. Shut up.
Yeah.
And be the nanny.
You're the nanny.
Get a broom.
Rock a kid.
Yeah. Get a broom, bitch. You're nanny.
Yes.
When these kids come here, you better start cleaning. And somebody accepted it.
And I am a true believer of.
And she accepted that.
Especially when she said, oh, I feel like God has sent me the one. God is never going to send you somebody else's husband, baby. This man is still legally married.
Lord.
And you're saying that he's been separated for 2 years. 2 years.
God sent her the right one.
Yes.
So she gonna put all this on God and say this is what God's plan was.
She said she believes that God sent her.
This is God's plan.
Man, for you to be the nanny and for this man to be separated for 2 years.
I just, when people say stuff like that, I be thinking, am I wrong? Because I wouldn't even put this on God. I'm like, man, I know this is me. This is crazy. And people like, man, because this is the Lord. Is it?
But you're saying God sent you this man, but then you don't want to deal with his emotional baggage, which, my thing is, when it comes to stuff like that, take care of your business first before you even come bothering me. But you're sitting here trying to make something work with this man, knowing damn well he still has a lot to take care of.
Yep. He's not in a position to be, y'all can be friends and you can support from the sideline.
Absolutely.
But as far as dating towards a relationship, no.
Yeah. No.
I wouldn't do it.
No, absolutely
I wouldn't do
not.
it.
Absolutely not.
But so that's the answer to her question.
Yeah.
And for him, hey man, go get therapy and get ready to deal with what you got to deal with.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about therapy. And I'm only saying this because one, I am an advocate for therapy, but I see how much we are not advocates for therapy. I made a post yesterday and all I said was, hey man, the best news of the day. Found out my therapy was 100% paid for. 3 niggas like that.
That's probably mad because they got to go pay. I know I would be like, you son
3
of a bitch.
Niggas like that post. I post all types of controversial, crazy comments, stuff. I talk about the Steelers. I talk about everything crazy. TDS. And people gravitate. I said, you know what, man? It's the best news of the day. My therapy is paid for. 3 people. And you know what? I meant to say that I was going to talk about that today, only for the mental health aspect. Not personally me, for the mental health aspect. For example, in this letter, he feels like he's going to war. You feel like that at times. As a man, when you know your finances are on the line and it's coming to an end, and you know that you're now going to have to support 2 homes, it is war. Personally, like I said, even, we can joke about him, but personally, I know how he feels. I have felt that way, where you just get your stomach cringes and all that, because you're battling for your children, you're battling for your children's lives, you're battling for your stake of being a father. You know it's coming to an end. But during that time, I did not bother anybody else. Right. I sat in the house by myself and handled that until I decided to move. He needs to do the same thing, because somebody watching you can never give you the support, because they have no idea how it feels to be in these courtrooms, to be something that was kind of crazy that I experienced was when I seen my lawyer and my ex-lawyer laughing as we're going through divorce proceedings. So I happen to be walking from the bathroom. I see those 2 laughing. Meanwhile, she and I, everything is on the line right now. Right. They're laughing. That stuff creates issues, trauma, and all that, to where you're not really emotionally stable enough to deal with another human being. So he should leave her alone.
Absolutely.
Now, he won't. Why? Because many people don't want to experience things alone. So, in all fairness, she has identified the problem. As a woman, her intuition kicked in. You identified the issue. And this is how it makes me feel. Now, the next question is, what are you going to do about this? If he chooses to continue to ignore that, you are not supposed to take your feelings and displace them to continue foolish behavior.
Right.
You at that time now have to make a grown-up decision. If I continue down this road, I am now subjecting myself to this punishment. And I can literally, next time we take a break, I can show you. There is a Bible verse that says, if you do stuff like that, you deserve exactly what you get. Someone who tries to correct a mocker will be mocked. I'll get the actual Bible verse. So I look at stuff like that and I'm thinking, okay, I know this is making me feel crazy. It's making me feel wrong. I see and identify the issues and the problems. And I'm even getting abused in this because I'm being called something that I'm not.
Yeah.
And then I write on social media.
Asking for help.
Should I stay? What do you want to, who do you want to hear it from? How come God's not the one telling you, here's all the signs, you should leave? So God brought you this, but God is not you don't believe God's telling you on the other side, like, don't do this.
Right.
You're like, should I stay? Yep, stay, stupid. Stay, stupid, and enjoy every piece of it.
Yeah. And let's not get into the whole, oh, well, let me be on your side because you're going through this and I'm going to talk about the ex-wife with you, because it doesn't seem like he's really taking much responsibility for the matter, because there's 2 parties when it comes to a divorce.
Absolutely.
So you're waving the flag for your man because, he's dicking you down and giving you everything that you want right now. But he's still handling business. And like you said, that. It's too much for you. You can't handle it. You have kids in, the situation. He has kids in the situation. This is entirely too messy. Let it go. And
don't be so afraid to be alone.
Right.
Just don't, because that's what it sounds like. Well, I got one, and I know it's hard to get one from all the stories that's been told around me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But hanging on to something that's going to cause you more stress does not appear to be the answer either. So don't be afraid to be alone. You got to eat that L right now. Believe that God will have you. If you're going to say God sent you this, then believe that God will send you another one. He will.
And he's stopping you before it gets messy.
You see in every sign.
Yeah.
What more? These ain't even red flags. These are stoplights.
Hello? It's because, ooh, child, you messing with this man. Next thing you know, you end up pregnant and now you stuck.
Ouch. Ouch.
I've seen it happen.
Well, seems like we answered that question. That was ridiculous.
So, what we do have coming up next is our Blockbuster. I don't know. Have you been watching anything lately?
It's playoff football time, man.
I don't care about any of that.
So, like this Saturday, these are 2 games to see who goes to the Super Bowl.
Who's left?
Baltimore,
Oh.
Kansas City,
Oh.
and then on the other side, San Francisco.
No.
And Detroit, which is a great story for Detroit because they haven't been to the Super Bowl since 1957.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yay. Underdog. Got it. Okay.
So it usually when football season's in, unless I go to the movie, I don't be watching stuff at home. But Color Purple is now streaming on Amazon Prime, which means we have it on cinema.
Nigga.
So I'll probably be watching that. And I'll probably watch American Fiction.
Yes. I definitely want to watch both of those, especially since, American Fiction has been nominated. But something that I do have for you guys is something that can be streamed on Netflix. So it's an easy binge. It's a quick watch.
Okay.
I know you're probably going to look at me like, what the hell? But for those of you who have followed this show closely, or maybe haven't heard of it, this is one of my pandemic binges. So, when everyone was struggling to try to find anything to watch during the pandemic because everything just halted and stopped. One of the shows that my friend and I had come across is called Love on the Spectrum.
Are we doing this?
Yes, we are doing this. This is literally the most wholesome content that I've ever come across, being an avid TV and movie watcher, mainly because it allows the viewers to get an inside look into the lives of individuals who have autism and are on the spectrum. The
letter lady was on the spectrum.
Now, why would you say that?
She has no ability to have reason. I keep telling you, everybody's on it. Everybody's on the spectrum.
Yeah. Watching Love on the Spectrum made me realize that I'm definitely on the spectrum.
Risk management. That's the problem.
I don't know what to do about it, but this show is on Netflix. Like I said, it's a very quick binge, quick show where they follow several individuals right here in America in their journey to find companionship. A lot of them are being taught verbal skills, necessary interpersonal skills, all sorts of things in order to have a successful relationship. And it's sort of kind of like a matchmaking sort of thing. So if you had a child that was on the spectrum, special needs, they have this person come in, interviews them, talk to them, and then they set them up on a date. But also in the process, they prepare your loved one for that date of like how to ask questions so they're not talking so much. There was one kid, Tanner just warmed my heart. Tanner didn't have the ability to stop and ask questions, to stop and allow someone to ask him questions. He was just constantly going. So in that his coach told him, take a moment. It's okay for things to be silent, because a few of the individuals on the show, they got very uncomfortable with silence and they're like, oh, this is awkward. What do we do? So teaching him things like that typically you wouldn't think that you would have to, but you do. And then allowing them to understand that there's nothing wrong with things not working out. What I did admire about the individuals on this show is how honest they were, and I feel like maybe if people were a little bit more honest in the dating game and took a few notes from those on this show, we wouldn't have as many problems because they both walked away and just said, would you like to have a second date? The counterpart would just say, no, I don't want to, but we could be friends, or, hopefully I'll see you again. And they would say the same thing and go about their separate ways.
You're not gonna get me to say nothing wrong. I've worked in mental health damn near all my life as an adult. So,
and it shows people how to be compassionate, to be patient, and to also let people realize that they have feelings too. Like there was this one young lady, Danny, who I believe Danny is in her latter 20s, but she so desperately wanted companionship. Now she's starting to get the normal feelings that we all get, during our teenage years, where we want to have some sort of physical interaction with another. So helping her navigate through that, answering the very important questions, and making sure that she's doing the right thing to where she's not being taken advantage of, or she's not just going on these dates and just hopping into bed with people, but just making them cognizant. So like I said, very wholesome content, quick binge. And I was just appreciative of them shining some light into this world, because I'm not well versed in it. I know you are. But as someone who isn't well versed in it, it really made me mindful of just how much we just as a people in general just need to stop and be considerate of certain things.
I'm watching the clip.
Sure, we can watch the clip.
Is a dagger, a pretty thing that enchants but also hurts.
Welcome back.
Yes, I am back.
What do you think? Should we get started?
Let's get started.
Oh, Kikian,
Yeah.
how's this smile?
That's pretty good. Why do you want to find love?
I have so much love to give. When there's love, there is a right match. Feels like the slipper fits.
I really would like to have someone special with whom I can share the best moments of my life.
Finding love can be hard for anyone.
It's finally my turn. My turn.
To second chances at finding love.
And for some people, it can feel like an impossible dream.
My heart still goes with him.
Just look for that fish in your pond.
Oh, yes.
This series follows people on the autism spectrum
What a grip you got.
So magnanimous, marvelous.
as they navigate the confusing world of relationships
This is very interesting.
and dating.
Are you a little nervous?
He says yes. I'm going on the date.
So it premiered on Friday. But like I said, very wholesome show, super, super wholesome. And just, it's feel good entertainment. And I'm always here for feel good entertainment.
Yeah. You're not going to get me to say anything wrong. I don't even have no jokes. You know why?
Right.
Because I believe that everybody has the right to be loved.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
no matter if you're on the spectrum, first of all, we're all on the spectrum. But I do believe that everybody has the right to have their special person.
Absolutely.
So as long as there are people who are willing to help those with the understanding who may be a little bit short of that in certain areas, I have no problem with it, because a lot of people on the spectrum get taken advantage of
They do.
in very, very harsh and unfair ways. So for me, would I watch the show? Probably not.
Really?
No.
Oh, I mean, well, this is your world. You're used to it.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch the show. I work with this every day at school.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to come home and let's watch more. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm good. See how you act? I'm not the one laughing, people. Let's watch more. Not going to do it. So
shut up.
But I do get the opportunity to see interactions between those who are higher on the spectrum daily, and they want the love. As I told you, I have a young girl who comes into my classroom every day just so she can get a hug. And many people would not understand why every day at the same time, each period, she comes in and she wants a hug. But in her world, it makes sense. And who am I to not make it make sense for her? The problem I have, which is why I'm glad a show like this exists, The problem I have is some people wouldn't understand that,
Right.
and either take advantage,
Right.
in a super inappropriate way, or completely dismiss it.
Right.
And so, I feel for those who do have those special needs. So a show like that is cool. I just can't see me sitting down watching it, going to sleep, and then going to work and watching it again live. Like, nah, I'm good.
But like I said, for those of us who are not in the world, it definitely opened my eyes, because I know you would often tell me, about these interactions, but to actually hear highly, because a lot of them were high functioning adults, speak about what it is they're looking for, even their mates. Like, some of them were like, I want somebody who's specifically into animation. And they're like, I'm not willing to stray from that.
Yes.
Because it's like, I like animation, you should like animation, because
Correct.
that gives us something to chat about, or even just, there was one young lady who was really into dinosaurs. So it was important for her to find someone who was also on the spectrum that enjoyed dinosaurs as well, because they gave them that comfort. So not only watching it, but having the narrator explain it, and even the professional explain it as well, was really eye-opening. I was like, this is really cool.
And because when they get locked in on something, at times it's hard to take their mind away from certain things. And so yes, there's you have to be very specific. So if they have a specific need or want, and you have to address that, because if you don't, it's gonna be a problem.
Oh,
and
yes.
As the young man that I worked with for years, like he had gotten to an age where, remember, he wanted to drive and he wanted a girlfriend. And it's normal, because we still have these normal emotions inside of us.
Absolutely.
No matter what's going on. The beauty is that they can vocalize it, and it's just, hopefully it's falling upon ears of people who would be willing to help facilitate the next step.
Right.
So kudos to the people who have taken the time, because I know that has to be a difficult show to actually film and edit. So kudos to those people who are taking the time to actually shine a light on that. And for those who are patient enough to actually put their hands in the dirt and mold this and help curate this show and story for the greater good of people. Everybody deserves to be loved.
Absolutely.
And I know that most people who may watch this like, that's not Coach Block. But no, on a serious note, especially when it comes to those with special needs, man, I have a super soft side, because I just feel like, personally, everybody has the right to be treated equally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I like I said, I think that's why this show was so important, because it did give you insight into their lives, to where you're not making it about their disability. This is still a person at the end of the day. And even seeing them in just, I hate to say the word normal, but just in, our everyday situations. Like the young guy that was first featured, they put him in a speed dating atmosphere, but it was with people who were also on the spectrum, but he easily got overwhelmed. So
Now, see, that's what I mean about putting it in the right people's hands. Now, who the hell would do that? Now, see what I'm saying? How we made a left so quick, and that's why I don't want to talk or laugh. Now, why am I putting you? Is anything about what they do speedy? Anything? No.
But it was so wholesome that I had to laugh, because he was literally writing down no as the people were talking. And they took a minute and they told him, they're like, you can't do that.
Maybe people should see, maybe the lady who wrote the letter needs to talk to him so she can write no on a piece of paper, because impulsive, he was impulsive. He
knew off the bat, like, if you were not into nature, like I said, if you weren't into nature, or what it is he automatically wrote no.
There we go.
But
good to that, my man.
His feelings, without, during the whole entire process, he just got so overwhelmed, because people were asking him questions, and then he wanted to make sure he was answering the questions properly. So he had to step away, but there was somebody there to kind of bring him down a bit, to let him know it's okay. This is a new experience, but you want to go back, you want to have conversations, you want to ask questions. And then after he went through the whole speed dating process and dated, a couple people who he felt like he matched with, there was one that he said no to. What I appreciated was the fact that his coach and his mom, because everybody on the show has lives with their parents, and their parents are so fully invested in making sure that they find the right one, and so supportive, which I love. But his parents coached him through being okay with the fact that you rejected her and then wanting to go back and apologize and say that you were too impulsive and would you be interested in going out on a date? It was so wholesome.
That's the part where I'm like, now see, y'all ain't right.
What was wrong with
Because
that?
I wouldn't put somebody in, that's a hostile environment. Those who don't have special needs crumble under that type of pressure. So then you put somebody with special needs in that. That's the part where I'm saying, like, entertainment purposes is like, okay, well, let's see what he does. But you know that the level of processing that goes into that. And then when you say words like speed, so that's why you might get no, because in his mind, he's thinking, I gotta rush, I gotta hurry. So, and then now you got to prompt him through it, which is going to cause more frustration because in his mind, this is what you said.
Yes, he got very overwhelmed.
Yeah,
very
man.
overwhelmed.
So, that's where, like I said, for me, I have a soft place in my heart for those with special needs and love to help them whenever I can. And I do it every day. But I probably wouldn't watch this because I'd be like, man, something like that would make me mad. Like, why would y'all do that to him?
No, it was so sweet.
And the other part is with this show is how long is it? Like, how long is the
episodes?
Yeah, not the episodes, the duration of time that they give these people. Do they say like
it doesn't say? Some of them well, we're talking about seasons here. So this is the 3rd season.
Right.
And some of the people like James, the guy with the green shirt, and Danny, the one I was telling you that wants to now explore her sexuality, they've been on since the beginning. And typically, if they can't find a mate, because some of them have found, a significant other, like the one girl on there, she found her mate, Abby, and James, they're together. They can't find the mate, then they'll kind of bring them back to help them continue to find, their person. Now, if the family wants them to continue to be a part of the process, that I don't know, because I feel like that might be a thing too. And then the fact that some of them just kind of get too overwhelmed in certain situations, that causes them to say, I don't think I want to do this anymore.
Sounds like a plan. Okay. Like I said, I get it. And I'm in support of the show. Probably wouldn't watch it, but I'm in support of it. So hopefully they find love.
And for those of you who are looking for something easy, a quick and easy binge, like I said, that's wholesome entertainment, something that's heartwarming and just really just puts you in a good place. Give it a try. I promise you'll get your laughs from it, and and not to laugh at them, but you'll be laughing with them. And like I said, there was a couple things that I thought about. I was like, whoa, how far on the spectrum am I?
Word. Talk about it.
There's some similarities here, and I'm like, oh no. And then how many people have I dated that may have been on the spectrum?
Right.
And I'm like,
anybody with OCD you're on the spectrum.
Oh God.
It's just how severe is it?
Oh.
And I have it. You have it.
I do.
You just got to learn how to, you got to learn what triggers certain things, and write your nose on things. No. Little ladies. So, inside joke. So we're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
We will be back.
We have, what is that?
Just scrolling.
Okay, so just scrolling, coming back on the flip side. So stay with us. This is TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. Everybody needs love.
Yes.
TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. It's your man, Coach Block. This is what do we call this? The second shift crew getting you through.
Yes.
The second shift crew getting you through up until 8 p.m. Sometimes later if we have guests.
Spirit moves us.
Yeah, if we have guests, because this is a job. Okay, so what do we have next?
So we have just scrolling. For those of you who have been watching us since we did our, revamp, we had a video where a young guy was essentially, it was labeled that he was humbling her off of this YouTube show where you bust a balloon if you're no longer interested in someone, and then you tell them why. Well, recently, a more extended clip was released of this same guy doing the same thing to another young lady, and things got really, really awkward. So do you want to go ahead and play the clip so everyone can see it, and then we can go from there?
Okay.
How old you are and why you popped your balloon.
My name is Dr. Elam. I'm 38 years old, and I popped my balloon after listening to you.
Okay, damn. Okay.
I think humility and integrity is something that takes a lot of work to acquire, and it doesn't seem like you've done that work yet.
No? Okay.
Have you had therapy before?
No, you want to be my therapist?
If you need one.
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
I charge by the hour.
Sure.
I mean, it's funny, but it's not a joke.
Okay, sure. So you think I need therapy?
I know you need therapy.
Okay.
I think we all need therapy, but it takes a certain level of humility to admit it. And if you can't admit it, then, well, you definitely need therapy.
Okay. Okay, sure.
And why do you think she needs? I know you said everyone needs it, but why are you telling her specifically that you think she needs it?
Well, I think we're all giving a bit of constructive criticism, and it seems like you're taking it harshly, which means you have a level of insecurity that needs to be talked with a third party.
Okay. I think you're too into that because I don't need therapy. I'm fine. I'm not insecure. I'm very secure with myself, but that's your opinion, and it's okay.
Thank you for proving my point.
I feel like sometimes men, like when you're too confident, they think like it's a problem for them, and
It's
fine.
okay to be insecure.
But I'm
it's
not.
Okay.
So you don't know me. You just see me 2 seconds ago.
Look, insecurity is something we all struggle with.
Okay.
And the fact that you can't admit that means that you haven't been able to work past it.
Okay.
And you're already proving to me that it's going to take work to communicate with you because you're not listening to me.
Okay, doctor, you got a card? I'll call you after the show, and you can give me a session.
You can take my Instagram.
Sure.
And did I mention I was a doctor, or you just called me that?
I feel like you said doctor, but okay.
Yeah. So this is a great opportunity for you to learn that communication can be had without getting defensive. And we can talk to each other like adults and work through our troubles in the same way I have and in the same way you need to.
Okay.
So we can definitely talk after the show.
Okay, sure.
Okay. And now, as far as Doctor here,
Yeah.
is he someone that you would approach? Is he your type in any way?
I mean, yeah, he's good looking too. He's tall, I like that. Dark skin, sure.
And I can
Everything's good.
definitely afford you financially, but maybe not emotionally.
Okay. So you can't handle me is what you're saying, but it's okay. That's fine.
I can handle you. I just have to make the decision if it's worth my time to do that.
Okay, that's fine. Well, that's fine. It is what it is.
I mean, open arms, like seriously, no shade.
Okay. All right.
Like it's all love. Just being honest with what I've been through and what it seems like you need to experience as well.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Okay. Well, as we see here, all the balloons unfortunately did get popped.
Yes, they did.
So, seeing what you saw last time from the last clip, how do you feel about this one since it's a little bit more extended?
It's not up to him to make those decisions for another human being.
Mm-hmm.
You can suggest those things, but this is, once again, you're looking to date this person, not marry this person. And so what it sounds like is he puts up a wall to cover his insecurities. The first thing that he feels as though he has to bring to the table is finances.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that tells me a lot about his mindset when it comes down to operating with women and what women in his mind expect.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he tells a person, I am able to afford you, we're not even talking about that right now.
No.
That's not even on the table if I'm
Right.
able to afford you.
Right.
So now it makes it look like to me that you view women as property,
Mm-hmm.
and they're easily attainable by a price tag.
Mm-hmm.
That also lets me know that the caliber of woman that you deal with, you are comfortable with being a man that talks down to women,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that a woman who will be able to fire back, you will then label her angry, upset,
Absolutely.
or any of those
Insecure,
any of those things, because to not take what you're saying because you're saying it in a relaxed and calm tone means that something is wrong with you,
right.
not him.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that people were laughing in that room also lets me know that the people who were viewing this are followers as well.
Absolutely.
Because at no given time did anybody cut him at the knees and say, when he said, well, who said I was a doctor?
You started the
You
conversation.
started
with
the
that.
conversation
Yes.
that way. And then if you're offering your service of therapy, you better have some form of credential to do that.
Yeah, and not an Instagram.
And don't tell me your Instagram. You should have a business, correct, sir? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody who's cutting this dude at his knees. I say it time and time again. When you ask for these type of guys, this is the shit that you get,
Mm-hmm.
because they know that they are in a realm where not just Black women want them, but all women want them.
Mm-hmm.
So their dating pool, as you can hear from his tone, his dating pool is pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Because every female who has stood in front of him has then co-signed the fact that he is tall and handsome.
Mm-hmm.
So how many times do you think he has heard the tall and handsome?
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Even if I thought he was tall and handsome, pause. Even if I thought that,
I'm not going
to tell you that right away. And the reason why I'm not going to tell you things right away is because some things are earned.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in that aspect that this brother deserved a compliment while throwing shade.
Right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to speak in a level where both of us are on the same plateau. And if you do not feel like both of us are on the same plateau, I don't have to further my conversation with you.
Absolutely.
So at that time, once again, you don't have to have the uncomfortable laughter. Do yourself a favor. Walk away.
Walk away. Absolutely.
There's nothing better than saying, you're not for me either.
Yeah.
Why? Because I don't appreciate being talked down to by anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom
Especially
line.
someone who claims to be a doctor and feels like you can just throw your money at a problem but doesn't have a business card. You're sitting here talking and putting yourself on this pedestal, but when she called your bluff and said, do you got a business card? Oh, I'll give you my Instagram. Oh, well, nope. And we also know that, hold on, let's see, what do we got? Well, this Roland R dude again. I can see this dude is controlling, but now I can see why he ain't in a relationship. It's not his work schedule. He doesn't want a Black woman. That's all he had to say.
And I may think he does not want a woman.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to be honest, because here's the thing. Here is the thing. All right, let's just get into this. You either want a woman who's going to be able to provide something,
Mm-hmm.
or you want a woman who you're going to solely provide for, and what she provides in return is whatever it is that you're looking for that being able to be like a housewife.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he will talk down to either one.
Absolutely.
You got to pick one.
Yeah.
So either you're going to be proud of being a doctor and I am here to provide for
Allegedly.
a woman. Yeah, I am here to provide for a woman because I have the pockets to do so. My question is, are you able to handle that XYZ?
Mm-hmm.
And she may say yes or no. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm looking for a partner, 50-50, because XYZ. Can you handle that? Yes or no? He hasn't taken a side.
Mm-hmm.
So the last time we seen him, he demeaned the woman because I don't feel like there's anything you can teach me.
What was that?
I don't feel like there's anything that you can teach me. So because there's nothing that you can teach me, I have to get rid of you. Okay.
Exactly.
So then now my question. Okay. So then now you found somebody. I think you need to go to therapy
Because you're insecure.
because it appears that you're insecure from my vantage point. Because you haven't done the work that I have. So you can identify the fact that you, sir, also had an issue and a problem.
Absolutely.
See, that's you got to cut them at the knee. Don't project your problems on me.
Right.
Who said I was insecure?
Right.
You said that. And if you're not licensed to say that, sir, you can take your projections elsewhere.
Exactly.
People don't have to, that's why I don't like reality shows. That's why I don't like things like dating shows and things like that. Do not subject yourself to an area where you're now going to have to rebound psychologically and emotionally, because not only was this man talking down to you, the crowd was laughing.
Right.
And you can hear by her uncomfortable laugh, she didn't know how to fire back at him.
Right.
The best way to handle that situation, walk away.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And when I watched the clip, because, you know, of course, once you watch something on your phone, your algorithm changes and it comes up. And I saw the clip and I was extremely disappointed in this young man. Well, not even young man. You're 38 years old. 38 years old.
He's 38 doing this?
38 years old. You're claiming to be a medical professional doctor. We don't know what type of doctor. You're claiming that you're a therapist, but then we're not quite sure. You don't have a business card, and you're trying to sit here and diagnose people, and you're throwing words around that you probably learned on social media.
What is his name?
I don't know. And I would have to find the entire clip to see if I could find his name. But it was so disappointing to see not only him act in that manner, but to see, like you said, people laughing like little hyenas, or like, you know, your peanut gallery in the back. Because at some point, like you said, somebody needs to check this dude, because it was so unwarranted. Like, okay, you don't have to like me, but what you're not going to do is talk down on me. You're not going to sit here and call yourself, you know, diagnosing me with, you know, so-called issues that you think that I have, when actually it's you. Because I'm pretty sure in his mind, he was coming there thinking, if I throw the doctor title around, or that I have money, then, you know, I won't get rejected, or people won't see me in any sort of way. Because I still think that at some point in this man's life, he was teased, he was bullied, or whatever have you. So now he's on a warpath to make everyone pay for what it is that he had to deal with at some point in his life, mainly women.
Agreed. And any man, I just had a brother tell me today, man, hey, I appreciate the post you made where you said, I'm not arguing with women. To me, this is very catty.
Very catty.
Very catty.
The whole exchange was catty. I'm like, stop.
I don't think that there's anything that you can do for me, Clarice. Oh, yeah. Come on, bro. First of all, somebody should have been like, why are you talking like that?
Facts.
Like, stop it. And that's what I mean. Like, what we see, and for people who are watching out here, we had a large bump in people viewing. Check this out. The moment that we started to post consistently our lives from TDS Radio, my algorithm completely changed. I don't see my friends post anymore. What I see now are a whole bunch of videos similar to the one we just showed, where it's men and women fussing, fighting, 50 all, blah, 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 blah. Gender roles, who should do what. That's now what I don't even see my friends. So this is what is now feeding me. The problem that I have with people who are going into these things, you have to be strong about yourself and know who you are.
Absolutely.
Because you'll know right from the door as soon as he opens his mouth. Absolutely not. The cadence of how he speaks will let you know not to accept it. You get what I'm saying? And you know, I know people get mad. Oh, he's a pick me, or you know, you think, you know, the whole what's that fresh and fit guy mentality. They pick and select a certain type of woman, put that woman on social media, and then demean said woman. We then watch, like, and share this without commenting with a critical critique of this man is out of pocket. We laugh, we joke, and then others laugh and joke. And then now it continues, and now it becomes something that is marketable to demean women. At some point in time, men have to be men and be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not
going back and forth with you.
I'm not doing that.
Because even in the clip that we showed where she said, okay, he still felt
He
the
kept
need to
going.
keep
He came
going.
back.
Yes. Because it's like, oh, well, I'm not getting the response that I want. So I'm going to another jab, another jab,
Well,
another jab.
I'm going to try to extract the emotion from you because it wasn't an emotional exchange initially. Okay. And she should have left it at that.
Yes. I
And
wish
then,
she had.
okay, well, then I'm out. He popped my balloon. What am I sitting here, standing here for? But then to keep going is because it's must-see TV because we enjoy watching it. Not necessarily specifically we, us, but as a people, we enjoy watching it. Who's going to stop it needs to be the men. Hey, man, yo, I'm not going to sit there and keckle on the side of him. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like,
Relax.
you doing this for likes?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point in time, hold him accountable for the swords that he is stabbing this lady with. Because she already is saying, well, you're tall and you're handsome. So she's caught in that, right? She might be caught in that. Do her a favor. Hey, man, chill out, bro. You ain't got to go that far. Why are you trying to embarrass her? Like, what you getting out of that?
And I was going to say, what does this do for you as a man? What is this doing for you to where you feel the need to just keep going and kicking someone when they're down?
It's a power trip. And that's what's corny because you wouldn't turn around and do the same thing with these dudes that's laughing.
Right.
These power trips that these men are going on and these rants that these men are going on continuously shows how much they need to go to therapy. Do that with a therapist. Like, because when the moment you begin to heal upon yourself, you'll realize that me spewing these type of words to you does nothing for me.
At all.
So why would I do that? The only time this makes me feel good is if I'm trying to prove a point. But why am I trying to prove a point?
Exactly.
And what point am I trying to prove?
Exactly. And that was one thing that I wanted to touch on because, as you said, when you heal or when you are very self-aware, you realize that there is no need to go back and forth. Who am I to change someone's opinion? If this is how you feel, this is how you think, you are allowed to think that way. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to engage in this conversation and this back and forth with you, especially if you're not in a place where you're listening to comprehend and not just listening to react or respond. You know, and in this moment, this man just wanted to listen to respond. You wanted anything just to come guns a-blam, poo, 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 you know, all of that. And it, like I said, it was so disappointing. And there has been so many times, and there was one time specifically when, you know, around Mom's death, where someone baited me, or I don't know, they felt baited and literally came at me full frontal of like, oh, I'm just ready to attack. I'm ready to tell you about yourself while I'm grieving, just getting the news that my mom passed away. And you're ready to just come guns blazing. And I didn't even give it to you. What did I do? I just said, okay, and walked away.
That's all you can say.
And that's all you can do. Now, I don't care. You might internally be fuming and you might want to knock their damn head off of their shoulders or whatever have you, but don't give people that, especially when that's what they're wanting, because they have nowhere to go when you don't engage. So for a guy like that, or even people, because I'm not just going to say that this is a gender thing where it's like, oh, all men, because there are women like that who are just like, why aren't you arguing with me? You better argue with me. I'm not going to argue with you because where is this going? What is this doing for either one of us?
Nothing. And why? You know what I'm saying? That's why when like certain things like, would you go on this show? Nah, I wouldn't even waste my time. Would you go in? Nah, I'm cool. There's certain things that you know I'm not going to do because I'm not going to waste my time.
No.
And in this situation, I see, and just not even that, like, even when people talk about these wannabe guys that are like these wannabe podcaster guys that speak about women and have room with women, and it's a very tight casted group of women that they're talking to. I have yet to find a podcast where a woman can articulate herself clearly enough where they now have to have a intelligent conversation across the table. You get what I'm saying? And most of the time it's a woman who they have identified as a person who wants to non-competitive, wants the money, you know, very shallow in their thinking. And a lot of these young ladies are in their early 20s talking to a man who's who's 38 years old. There's a life experience that, you know, there's so much within,
or should have been. Yeah,
there's so much in 15 years that happens to a person. Me talking to a girl Deanna's age, my daughter's 20. what is that going to do to talk down to her
Right.
in a group full of other women? Yes, they're going to have misconceptions about life, and yes, they're going to have different ideas of what things could be, and it's like, oh well, we need to tell them early. Who are you to tell them anything? Who are you to tell them anything, especially when we all made these same mistakes? Allow people to grow. And if you're going to point them in the right direction, point them into a direction where you don't have, or point them in a way where you're not cutting somebody or demeaning somebody. I'm tired of seeing that from us. Like, I'm just tired of it. That's why I don't support reality shows. I don't support any of the housewife hoes and all that basketball wives. I don't support any of that, man, because all it does is continue the narrative that we can't get along, we can't talk to each other, we got to fight, but then it all gets celebrated behind the glitz and glamour of cars, and everybody got the best gear and all that stuff on. Then after we watch all the drama, then we come back and do a review show to watch all the drama that we did again. Like,
and
we just stay in that
people
loop.
who spill that into their actual real life, thinking that that's how you should talk and conduct yourself.
Yeah.
When it's like, this stuff is so heavily scripted.
It's
so scripted, and it's intentional to try to get the reaction because people want the views.
It spreads to kids, and that's the other problem. Kids have access to this stuff. Everything that you see on the social media is not just us seeing it. So what I end up seeing in teacher tales, which is something that we'll bring in sooner or later, is you end up seeing that the kids that I teach live by this cadence that they see on social media because they don't have the balance to decipher entertainment versus reality. So then now they talk and act like what you see on TV or on social media when they're scrolling, and they believe it because there's money put behind this. The more ignorant it is, the more money we put behind it, and they believe that that's the way to get the bread. It is a system, and the system is terrible because our younger leaders are so quiet on social media. Our younger people, our younger professionals, things like that, so quiet on social media. People celebrate Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, even for a lack of a better, Tupac, Biggie. These men did most of their best work in their 20s. Well, if we can chop you down mentally and emotionally in your 20s, or even now, even younger, when you're a teenager, and cause you to have a false narrative of what is reality, then you'll never be as strong as you can be. When we're older, we just carry this stuff along. I tell people all the time, the 90s, as much as I love it, we were a huge problem to what we see now because we were the ones bumping the bitches, the hoes, and the most. We did this. These people grew up and had children who had the same mindset of the music that we were listening to. Now this is what you see. You just see people demeaning one another on a consistent basis because it sells.
Right.
Who is the wholesome TV father right now? Do we have one?
I don't know. Oh no, that show's no longer in syndication.
Who?
It was Sterling K on This Is Us.
Yeah, but that ain't in. Yeah, and I mean that's not even like This Is Us. Wasn't that like the sad show?
It wasn't sad. It had good moments.
I'm talking about like where's our
like our Family Matters and Fresh Prince and things
where's
like
our
that.
Uncle Phil?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff that Uncle Phil was spitting resonated with men because it was like a dad-like conversation with Will all the time.
Would you consider Blackish?
Not that many people watched it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think not that many people watched it because it seemed like it was pushed on us. Like Blackish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, ease up. You know what I mean? Like, and then we're going to make, what was the spinoff?
There was a lot. Grownish, Mixish, Oldish was
all
supposed
the
to happen.
issues.
That got, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I also think Anthony Anderson as that character didn't pull enough of dad to cause that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't rank him with the other TV dads. We missed that. There's no balance for the ignorance. You know what I'm saying? So for just as much ratchet, we should need to have the balance of, well, you can also do this. There needs to be, for all the HBCU talk about to give somebody a $1 million vision, for all the HBCU talk, we need to have different world back. different world showed you that you can go to college and what it looked like at an HBCU.
They tried with Grownish, and yeah.
It doesn't connect anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and it doesn't connect because who was your target audience? You see what I'm saying? The ignorance is targeting the youth so much, you have to target them, and then it'll spring other places. We're not targeting the youth. We're targeting like it for things like that is for
millennials.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? We need to get to these kids, like, for example, the kids today. I took 5 vape pens from kids today. 5. In their mind, they think they need this substance. The question is not only that, the question is, why do they feel like they need it? Secondly, who's giving this to them, right? Then what is the cadence that's carried with this? Meaning, y'all ain't even trying to sneak no more. You know what I'm saying? No, we just get high. But getting high is celebrated. You know what I mean? Like, this is where this is. Getting high is celebrated. Demeaning women is celebrated. What's not celebrated is men being men. That's labeled toxic. Man being a man is toxic. And it's a ride with that. Like, it's a momentum behind that. There's a problem there. Some people who consider themselves to be men, for my man that talks like, hold on.
I was gonna say that was too deep.
For my man who talks like this, and I don't feel like you've done the work. A man should have been like, yo, he's wild. Like,
throw in that same line of, I can afford you financially, but I can't afford you emotionally.
But here's the problem. You're so scared to say what you really think about a man like that because you'll get canceled. You get what I'm saying? So if you call him out to the floor, you'll get canceled for that. I'm going to say it. There's a point in time where we realize canceling bullies has put us in this situation that we're in. I say it all the time. Bullies need to come back. They do. Bullies need to come back. We bully the wrong things now because I'll put it to you like this. Let us say something wrong about the Jewish community. Their bullies come out. Let us say something wrong about the community. Their bullies come out.
Oh, yeah.
Let us say something wrong about the beehive. Their bullies come out. Where are the bullies for men? Not these fools that's talking all that dumb shit about fighting. Where are the men bullies that's like, nigga, shut up? Why didn't nobody tell him that?
I would love to know. And if I can possibly track down these men, I would love to be able to sit and talk with them and ask them that question. Why did you find such comfort?
Let's get this nigga on the show. We can find him. He ain't that popular.
Yeah, he's not that popular.
I want to know that. I want to have a one-on-one with these men who talk this 50-50 nonsense and all that crazy.
Don't watch reality television, but everything that you're saying happened in one of the recent seasons of Love is Blind. Now, for those of you who do watch the show, the one guy, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name, but he, went on there and he completely spun this whole tale about how this woman was crazy and that she was insecure and that she was stalking him and all stuff like that. That was so not the case. We ended up getting the real story. He did not find a match at all. Because the woman that he was matched with kind of felt betrayed. She's like, why didn't you tell me that you were dealing with this woman? It's a lot of drama. He didn't end up having a match. But what did he do? He went back to target the woman that he was talking about and tried to get, her mate, the guy that she matched with, tried to do a one-on-one. Oh, I just want to tell you, some of the things that I had to deal with, with her. That guy completely did what you were saying. He disengaged. He made everything logical. He took the emotions out of it and was like, I wish you the best. And he had nowhere to go after that conversation. And what's crazy is the guy, Milton, who was the one that was with Lydia, was only 25 at the time. And the guy that was on this whole tirade of trying to bring this woman down, which I thought was just so ridiculous. I'm like, you're not over her. You're still trying to hurt this woman, even though you already did. You can literally see in her face, you can see physically that you've hurt her, and it still wasn't good enough. You wanted more. He was 33. What is happening here? What's happening here that a 25-year-old is schooling you on how to act and manage your emotions, and you're just out here feeling like because you're a lawyer, You can talk to people any type of way. You can treat people any type of way, and you feel as though people should believe you and whatever it is that you say because I'm a lawyer.
Because manhood doesn't have an age. It has experience. And that's why you can see a lot of young, even when I'm teaching or coaching, you can see a lot of younger guys that you're like, yeah, that's a young man. You got to talk to him different because his experiences and his responsibilities and the things that he's taken to and the accountability that he takes in himself causes you to act a different way. When you don't take accountability as a man, that's what you see running around here with that bullshit. When you take accountability as a man, I absolutely promise you, you start to realize you are selective with your conversation for multiple reasons. The number one reason is I don't have time.
Right.
I don't have time for this engagement. And when I do have time for this engagement, we're going to be very intentional. So that once again, for men who talk to women who tend to be emotional, I'm not saying don't listen, but be very intentional. When you're intentional, it extracts the emotion and it deals with the facts. Okay, well, what are we trying to accomplish? That's not going to help us right now. What is the goal?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And then now your cadence changes because now it's not necessarily attacking. It's figuring out what the issue is. And we're going to put that on the table, not talk about what the features are or what the mind is. And now we're going to deal with the issue. You know what I mean? Just like when people get mad, the first thing they want to do is attack what somebody look like.
Yes.
You nappy headed, you fat son of a,
you ain't even this.
Yeah, you lonely this, you broke this, whatever. All that still is going to be what it is, but this is the problem right now.
Right.
And I don't know. Like I said, one day I'm gonna get somebody on here. We're gonna get somebody on here and I'm gonna light that ass on fire because those guys aggravate the shit out of me. And I'm not saying I'm the most manliest man, but I have tremendous communication skills, despite what y'all see when I start stuttering on here. I have tremendous communication skills. But it's different when you're live and it's different when you're on a mic.
And when you're tired.
And when you're tired, when you already done put up dealing with the kids that we've been talking about for 8 hours. But I want to understand the mindset of men right now who are comfortable with bashing women for their thought process. Once again, that's their thoughts. That's in their mind. It is not going to make or break you if that person walks away from you still feeling that type of way. So why do you feel the need to demean another human being? That shit is terrible to me.
Just like I was called a unicorn because I said that I wanted to be very mindful about who I decided to have children with.
Right. I want you to be irresponsible. See what the response. I want you to be irresponsible and have kids with niggas. And then I'm going to talk about you because you were irresponsible and had kids with niggas versus saying, I want to actually think through the childbearing process. You can't win for losing.
Right. No.
You can't win for losing. And I'm not one of them dudes that's like, oh, you know, I don't believe that whole, oh, you hate black women. We just don't know how to communicate to one another right now.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people who are hurt. And I understand that. There's professionals that can help you with that.
Yes.
Learn how to communicate with one another. And the more that we stay inside of our phones and the more we stay locked in with our thumbs, the less we have the ability to have interpersonal skills.
And I will say, going back to the clip, when you have somebody like him who is bragging and boasting about being a doctor and a so-called therapist, what he did right there caused so much damage because if I am a woman,
I'm not going to therapy.
I'm not going to therapy. Or if I'm a guy and I'm seeing another guy act like that, I don't want a therapist that's going to treat me that way or talk to me like that or make me feel like I'm less than. Like, why would I go to therapy? That's one of the reasons why people are afraid, because it's like, what are you going to bring out of me, or how are you going to label me to make me feel like I am less than? And I can't stress it enough. That was just one of the most disappointing clips that I have seen. And I want us to do better, especially someone who is a 38-year-old black man talking to someone who looks just like you. Because would you have that same sort of dialogue for someone who didn't look like you?
All she should have said was, "Man, fuck you," and walked off.
I don't even want to give him that. I just okay. And then even the
No,
host.
not angry. You got to hit it with the, "Oh man, fuck you," and walk off. Like, because there's nothing else. I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all do me, man. Fuck you, bro.
And even the host, you as a Black woman, while you're standing there and allowing this man to talk like that, at any point when you're the host of the show, you can gain control and say, you know what, that's enough.
Yeah, you're going too far now. Hold on.
You know,
hold
because
on.
this woman who's standing right next to you looks just like you and probably has the same experiences that you did. And you're allowing someone else to talk bad about her when you could have easily been like, you know what, y'all, this is not what this show's about.
Cut.
Let's stop this. I didn't appreciate the way you was talking to her. I didn't think that was necessary. But you're still standing there smiling, giggling.
Because at that point in time, he was the most intelligent person in the room. Nobody knew how to fire back at this dude, which also lets me know that there's an age thing here. Him being older, I would like to know the age of the others in the room, because as a man who now I'm older than him, the first time, yo, man, chill the fuck out, man. Who you think you are, bro? Like, you ain't got to marry her,
right?
Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
But if there's no older men, older men are needed to check other men. I'm going to be speaking about that when I talk at the men's conference. Older men, there is a rites of passage of communication. Not that you can't speak, but knowing how to speak. So when you're sitting at a certain table with a certain caliber of man, you know you can't be up there talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Whoa-wee. You can't be up there with that. Wow. You can't be up there with that. When you sit at a table with certain men, there's a certain dialect that must be had. And then you immediately look like you don't belong. Well, he was the guy in that room that was the oldest or the elder delivering this message to a bunch of younger people. And in the hands of the wrong person, this is what you get. Versus him being the more mature person to say, no, hey, y'all chill. That ain't nothing funny. No, sis, I really believe, there was a way to tell her that.
Absolutely.
Like, no, chill, y'all stop laughing. Sis, no, I can feel your energy right now. And there may be some things you need to talk through. And I can help because I went through it. There's a way to talk to get that across, but you wanted to demean her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because I want to cuss so bad.
Go ahead, nigga.
It's because it's time for us to go. I'm just tired of men being punks, man. I just really am, man. And
you know what, to the comment, because when it's like, I don't date men, but he's not even that attractive to think he can act like that. It's not even about attraction. It's the simple fact that someone made him feel like he is that guy. He doesn't have to. That's why you see a lot of people who have money, once they get to a certain level and they feel like they can treat people like they are indisposable, they have surrounded themselves around people who feel like, okay, all you have to do is buy my time or give me something, and I don't care what you do to me.
It's the everybody has a price mentality.
Yes.
Which in some ways everybody does.
Oh, hell yeah, because I do.
But that doesn't mean you treat people that way.
No.
And I'm not a fan or an advocate of treating people or mistreating people, especially in that means. If you did feel that way, like I said, there's ways to communicate that.
Absolutely.
And he should have did a better job of communicating that to her. And hopefully people find out who he is and he has a hard time in the future.
I will do my research. I will do my due diligence to try to find. I made me think of a video where a girl could not pronounce due diligence. But I will do my due diligence to try to find this man and see if he's interested, or even any of the guys that are on there. Because like I said, these are just the negative clips.
I would love it. Any guy who talks like that, I would love to have a conversation with.
Talk.
Oh, that's Friday, but he switches it up every now and again too. Like, so once again, cadence to cadence, he knows and I both know we respect each other's point of view. So it's not something where we're yelling or fussing at one another, but it turns into I'm not going to agree with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it'll be interesting Friday how that conversation goes, if it goes that way. I mean, we may not even talk about
it. It might be a Shay and an Ocho sort of thing, which I hope so.
It could be. It very well could be. But Keo will be here.
Yes.
So who knows?
Yes.
Who knows what that's going to turn into? We'll see. It'll be entertaining. I promise you. You don't want to miss Friday. You
Ooh.
don't want to miss Friday.
Y'all, if anything happens, please let me know. Don't let my show go to hell.
Well, I mean, it won't go to hell, but it's going to go somewhere. It won't go to heaven. Because I promise you that if he get on here with that little nigga shit,
oh God,
you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. Hey, here's what I appreciate. I appreciate everybody tuning in today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And if you guys know anybody who would be willing to come on the podcast and talk about their relationship style,
dating experience,
their dating experience, don't be afraid. Get on here and talk about it. That's the only way it's gonna get right.
Because you see, we talk about our stuff. I got plenty of stories for y'all. I had one tonight, but I'll wait until next week when I'm back.
And Lord knows I do. God.
Kia has one. I think she's going to give you guys a dating story tomorrow.
Kia has a dating story?
Oh, she has plenty. This is coming from, the LGBTQIA community. So
the community's coming on tomorrow.
Oh, she's definitely going to give her side. And I can tell you right now, it's just like my experience.
People are people.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line. I don't care if you're gay, straight, bi, whatever, transgender, it don't make a difference. People are freaking people. And all of people do asshole things and treat people in asshole ways.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make a difference. And so I can't wait to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I might just be like this. You know what I'm saying?
So with that said, tomorrow, be kind. Don't be nice, because anyone can be nice, but it takes a lot to be kind. Be kind.
And I am Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I will tell you guys the same. Love somebody tonight. Send a text message to somebody just saying, hey, man, I thank you and I love you. Because we thank you and we love y'all.
We love y'all.
This is TDS Radio. I'll say it like him. See, now I'm going to laugh. This is TDS Radio. Our voice, our culture.
Nigga.
He's terrible.
Bye, y'all.